patients as well. To do this, we have developed a 5-step plan. But first, what is bullying? The Oxford Dictionary defines a bully as someone who uses strength or influence to harm or intimidate those who are weaker.
Harassment occurs where someone is subjected to unwanted conduct that has the purpose or effect of violating their dignity or creating an intimidating, hostile, degrading, humiliating, or offensive environment.
This could include exclusion from others, unrealistic goals being placed upon an employee, verbal abuse, taunting and gossiping, and in extreme cases, physical abuse. Bullying and harassment can lead to many detrimental effects for the individual and the organisation. For the individual, depression, reduced job satisfaction, post-traumatic stress disorder, and even physical manifestations, including anxiety attacks and heart attacks. For the company, it can include reduced productivity, absenteeism, risk of legal action, reduced public image, and a hostile work environment. So what can we do?
So I know what you're thinking. Education is boring. But education is the first critical part of the movement to reduce the toxic culture of bullying and harassment in the workplace. The first part of this process is online education, where employees both new and old shall be re-educated. The second part of this process is seminars, where senior employees will be taught how to address bullying and harassment within the workplace. So just remember, education, education, education. In regards to the online training, employees will use halogen-based platforms to undergo formal online education on the subjects of what constitutes and what doesn't constitute bullying, and also how to identify bullying and where to go for help both internally and externally, and the legal and professional rights in regards to bullying. The interactive seminar provided by IHG Australia will ensure senior managers have the tools necessary to take decisive action when bullying is influencing operations. The seminar will also inform managers on how to correctly respond to reported cases of bullying within the workplace. The aim of these actions is to educate both employees and senior managers on the following: the mental and physical effects that bullying has on the employee, also the negative effects on the productivity and efficiency of the organisation, also what can employees do if they find themselves in a position where they are themselves being bullied, and finally, what kind of precautions can senior managers put in place to prevent bullying. But the question is, how do we protect ourselves from patients?
The guidebook was created through interviews with employees and also through surveys and past issues to help employees to diffuse and avoid potentially hostile situations with patients. Okay, everyone, there is a new employees guideline book that just released, and I suggest you all read it. Any questions, any inquiries, please come to me at a later date. Have any questions?
What if my situation isn't part of the guidebook?
Well, towards the end of the guidebook, there is a section about patient behaviour and how to handle certain behaviours.
I'll keep that in mind, thank you.
Oh, this is great. So now I know what to do in case I'm being bullied.
And if you need any questions answered or if you need to talk, just come see me.
Oh, what? We have to do a test?
Yes, I'm sorry, there is a test.
There are 4 aspects of bullying escalating and not being reported. Employees may feel like they act to deserve being bullied. They may believe the situation will resolve itself, or may feel like there will be social and work ramifications. The fourth point is that unfortunately sometimes employees don't feel like they can talk to their boss if they've been bullied, but they may be comfortable with a fellow co-worker. Cue the new employee-based initiatives team.
I want to reduce tension between employees.
I will deter bullying with my mere presence.
I want my employees to feel safe.
I just want to be part of a team.
By employing a social worker, the hospital can lessen the rates of bullying in the workforce by creating anti-bullying policy guidelines to adhere for all staff members. Social workers build relationships with hospital staff and gain a thorough understanding of the
Education isn't the only thing we can do to fix the issue of bullying and harassment in the workplace. The introduction of a new harsher penalty system will act as a deterrent. This new system will have 3 key components. These include creating a new reporting outlet to process punishments and identify repeat offenders, and the development of a database to record this information. The introduction of more severe fines will create awareness that inappropriate behaviour can lead to financial repercussions. As there are many essential staff working in a hospital, the suspension of critical members could lead to struggles within the hospital, forcing the whole industry to take bullying and harassment more seriously. However, in more serious cases, it will be considered. The medical industry is generally male-dominated. In Australia, only 2 out of 5 practitioners are women, and most of the high-profile positions are filled by men, so the introduction of an action that could target and potentially punish them for their behaviour wouldn't be accepted, making it hard in the initial stages of the introduction of the action.
This entire 5-step process will take 12 months to implement, starting from guidebook collaboration and printing early on to ensure a guide arrives in time, a chance to ensure the new penalty system is in full function through to the final end of all online and seminar training. This is not including evaluation surveys that will be performed from 6 months to 5 years after the project has been at full strength to determine how effective Riverside General has been at combating bullying. With a massive 95% of employees having some contact with bullying, and the main focus of Riverside General's bullying focus centering around employees, the biggest risks to the entire project are from the people. To begin with, staff may not understand the training, requiring a more one-on-one approach, or that the training isn't in depth enough to target the bullying specifically happening, so constant evaluation and updating will need to be enacted. The social workers or employees may not even adhere to the new guidelines or ethical standards, hence the new repercussions. But hopefully by explaining and acknowledging the importance of the new policies, resistance to change will be lessened.
You still need someone to talk to.